just walk out of the office and never return? Is that your dream? You've been sitting for years in jobs that are draining you, putting so much pressure on you that you're thinking something must be wrong with you. You feel every morning this is torture. Having to wake up and going to these jobs and seeing no way out. 70 years ago, I was right in this situation. And what I did, I left and never returned. How I did that, what followed out of this change, and what you can gain from my journey, I'm going to share in this video. And I am Marian Böhm, founder of 618 Bevolution, where I train pioneers, change maker, and people who are doing things differently, more natural, true to themselves. And building a coherent lifestyle on their own feet, into their own entrepreneurship, the way that suits them. And 20 years ago, this is how I started. I followed my inner calling, and that was the calling of water. And I left my international corporation marketing career, and I moved to the Caribbean. And from there, everything else occurred on my journey because I followed that calling on my journey. And ever since, my path was rising from that doing on my path. And so far, I've been living in 13 countries in all those years. And now I'm sitting here to share my journey with you. Welcome to my channel. And I want to start here with some symptoms that you might experience these days, especially when you're here listening right now, that you can see that you are at that point where it's time for you to go, change the situation. These are signs that are pretty common, so I want to share what is draining people mostly when they get to that point. And that is number one, the pain, the boredom, the pressure. It's like a dead end, and nothing is running forward anymore. And you might have this feeling for a while that your life feels pretty unnatural. So all the aliveness is gone, or maybe has never been there really, so as you wished for. So, and being defined only over your job, it's your normal resulting, because people just asking you all the time, so how is it going in your job? How are you moving forward? How is it and that in your job? And nobody asks you, how do you truly feel in your job, in your life, in your situation? How are you really, truly? And that is number one. And number two is you notice there is no progress in my life. Nothing what I'm doing all day long, not really, a lot, maybe not nothing, but most of the things don't get me closer to my personal goals, to things that I have been dreaming about years ago, decades ago, where I chose for a career instead of following my heart into a direction that would take me into the lifestyle I was looking for. So you might know the situation of all the tasks every day, of all the meetings, and of course the deadlines, and all the pressure and criticism, and the situation of having no support really, because in a job or business situation, it's in a regular situation like that, it's more the case that you're always running behind a goal ahead of you and you never achieve it. It's like a dog on a racing track where they have this rabbit in front of the dog, and the dog is chasing the rabbit and never get it. And that's the well-known hamster wheel, and you might feel in the same way. Also, there's the situation going along with it. There is never enough money. Right? So you always, you get your salary, let's say, or you have your income, and you have a certain lifestyle, and it's never rising really. It's never coming up. It's never going anywhere. You're just covering your monthly expenses. And this is not getting you anywhere. And so there is no perspective. You don't have a perspective. You have the dreams, but sitting in this box and getting nowhere keeps you away from reaching, from realizing, from making your dreams real. That's the hamster wheel. That's draining. And there's another one, very common, dreaming of traveling the world, working from the road, from the boat, from wherever, from the island, from the beach, whatever you want to do. But how? The question is how? How are you going to do this? No idea. You are in this rat race. You are in this prison of not more money, a lot to do, always the same, nothing is proceeding, nothing is getting you anywhere. So you might even have created debts and you have no savings and you realize, oh, my vacation is not really a lot. I used to have 3 weeks vacation a year and I was like, what am I going to do with 3 weeks a year? This is all I get? Oh, thank you, employer. Thank you for giving me 3 weeks of my own time for my own life every year. Wow, great. So I realized this is not for me. It's my life. It's my time. And I want to fill my time with what I love to do and experience, right? So, and you're sitting there maybe dreaming of the same thing and have no idea how to get there because you have your expenses. You have to pay your house. You have to pay the costs of your home. And yeah, and then you're sitting back and you're telling yourself, there is no way out. How will I ever change this? So, and then the last common question is always, how would I even be able to finance or to fund this new lifestyle, even if I would dare to make a change? How will I make money in the future with what I really want to do? And how am I going to fund the gap from now to there? How am I going to do this? And most of the people out there are just giving up here, having no idea, and yeah, keep dreaming. Yeah, and these aspects, these symptoms, these signs, that was my situation too. And I had it for very long. I was desperate those days. And one day it was just enough. And I left. And I moved to the Caribbean. But before that, I organized everything that I had to do, right? I had phases to think about, how am I going to do this? And I arranged certain things. So what I did, I created my own path from where I was right then, by then, because I had a nice hobby. I became a diver already while I was living in Germany, in Berlin. Yeah, and I made this my future job. So what I did, I applied for a dive instructor training and made this my first income later that year. At the same time, back home, I started to create my own business, my tiny marketing business, and got already my first online marketing clients from just my surroundings, from my contacts, right? And also I sublet my apartment back in Germany for the time I was gone, so that I couldn't sit there somewhere in the Caribbean, not knowing what's going to happen, have nothing back home to fall back. And by then I didn't know where to put my stuff in, etc. So I organized whatever came into my mind, whatever was possible, right? So I created out of that, right after my job, 3 sources of income. So in the future, from my dive instructor work, also from my apartment to cover my costs for my place, and also through my new marketing clients right where I was. And also I got some money from my job that I left. I could go on vacation to the Maldives. So I found it was very great for me. So yeah, and this is how I started. And what was my solution, my main solution, my mindset, my way of doing things? And that was looking for possibilities. Sounds simple, but for so many people it's so difficult. What options do you have right now where you are at? So find your possibilities right now and here, and this is where you start. Not dreaming about, oh, it would be nice if, and not doing anything. No. taking inventory. What's there? What is actually possible, right? So there are questions you can ask yourself. How can I make this possible? Seriously. And see what comes up when you ask these questions. And then when you think it through, what needs to be done in order to make this happen? Right? Before you start realizing what to do and how to do, before you really implement it, before you do it, so that you have a little plan in place that things are going to work out after all by the time you are going, right? And also, for example, that's what I did when I thought, okay, when I have somebody else in my place here, things can happen, right? So you ask your question, how will I avoid certain problems that can happen? Because you don't want to have bad surprises after all, right? So you arrange or you make certain arrangements to save your back. Also, how do I plan? How do you do this, right? For you, how do I plan seamlessly the whole process from now to there? When you are wherever, like I did, in my new country, in my new environment. So how is this all going to happen? And I'm not a planner at all. But when it comes to external organization, including other people, other places, transfer, transport, etc., you need to plan a lot of things because things have to work together. So think about this very well, and so you train your mind to see possibilities. You get feedback in this process, you get ideas, impulses, or you're asking the right questions to other people and you get impulses from them. And what I discovered after it, and I didn't know by then when I started, what makes the real magic here. Once you choose and you really walk this path, once you choose the right thing for you because you feel this is truly yours, this is where your heart beats for, this is what you are born for, this is what you always wanted to do, and you finally got to the point to start doing this, and you start doing it right now. From your full commitment into this, then the doors are opening for you anyway, and you don't need to worry so much what can go wrong. Nothing really ever went wrong on my path once I was aligned with me and my real path. Professionally, privately, I don't divide this. For me, it's all the same. It's one life path I have. There is no this or that. So it all goes together. Once you choose your way, things can't go wrong really anymore. Maybe here and there small things can happen, but nothing major. I never had that. So planning wasn't really the key. I thought it was by then because I didn't know the real magic yet really too much, only a little by then. But at this time, it was my resource. And then I figured out the real stuff, what this path makes it really happen for you. And by the way, this real path, how it really works and what it really needs in order to make it happen, this is what I share in my masterclass, Claim the Crown, at August 16. Just, join and see how it works for you. It's for free, and you find the link under the video in the description, and then we'll see. Take it from there. So, and besides that, now just have a look on my 5 ways out for you, because they might be helpful for you right now, wherever you are at. Number 1 is, do you have a hobby that you really love and that you can turn into your profession? That's what I did with diving. I turned my diving profession into my dive instructor job. And from there, a lot more were following up because it was just my right thing to do then, right? So look into that seriously and think about that. Then number 2, do you have somewhere money parked somewhere you don't know anymore. You have forgotten about it, or it's somewhere where you think, oh, it's blocked anyway. Maybe it's not. So maybe you have a little treasure box in the garden, or you have some savings accounts, you have precious metals, whatever, that you could activate and help you in this transfer from now leaving your job and going and creating your entrepreneurship, your business, so that you are having some backup, some funds, so that you don't need to stress about things during that time. Then there is the third point here. Do you have things that you don't need anymore? Just look around in your place, in your house, in your apartment. Do you have many things there that they're just there for decoration but have no real use, or they don't make sense anymore, and maybe you don't even like them anymore? Maybe there is a precious painting even on the wall that you can sell and get rid of, make space, get new energy in, and make them or change them into money, so that you have funds, that have even more funds that make you get by, right? So, and then there is number 4 here. Can you switch your job situation? So let's say you would leave your job now. Can you get instead a part-time job just to cover your costs and use the rest of the time for your business and start working on that already to become self-employed or to build your foundation, etc. So, or even to just get more time to start thinking about what you really want to do, because what you need and want is time. Calm time. Get out of the pressure. Get out of the hustle every day. You don't get information about yourself, about what you really want to do, what really is the right thing for you to start a business with. That's what I did a lot. So, and number 5 is here, very useful for somebody maybe not really nice at the first moment to think about, but at the end it can be even fun. Can you sublet a room in your house, in your apartment? Can you share your place and make some rental income or other income from that? I did that along the years, along the way, many times here and there. Renting renting 2 apartments and renting out one, or having always more space in my place and renting out a part of it. So there's always an income stream, covering the costs, and you can do what you are meant to do and don't have to worry about too much that the costs are not being covered. So just try to think about these things a little further. Let it sink for a while and just picture yourself in these situations, doing it, what actually really would change for you, and how would that feel, and what would be different, and what would be possible if you would do it. What you can get moved through this change. And this is where you start activate your motion, your movement from within. So you get go, you start changing already. There's no reason to rush, but it's always good to get started with something, to look for options, for possibilities, for ways out here, and try what works for you. And go with what works for you right away, what feels good. That's the easiest one, right? So when you find an income stream right away, go for it. Why not? So what's holding you back, right? This is how you start. Little by little, step by step, changing your way of thinking and activate possibilities and implement them. And then new things will come from here. So besides these 5 possibilities, if you want to learn about what it really takes to create your own path from yourself and not from strategies, marketing, and products, then just join my masterclass August 16. You will learn all the details and you will see how it works for you. If you feel, oh, that's actually the path I was looking for. This sounds really good and I want to start on that path. It's for free, nothing to lose for you here. Just bring your time and yourself And yeah, be open for that. And also stay on the channel. You get many more impulses here on your own journey, and yeah, solutions that are very individual, where you can check, this actually works for me. Oh, by the way, the link for the masterclass is under the video in the description. I see you soon. Bye.